why I play this guitar here. This is my workhorse guitar that I play pretty much every show that I do. It goes out on the road with me. It's a Gretsch. I think it's a late 90s Setzer hot rod. I'm not sure if that's, you can see that there. But this is the guitar that I use, and I have been using it for over 20 years now. I'll have a blue Christmas. Well, we go together like beats in a measure. As long as I'm singing, everything's alright. And it's a great workhorse. It's never let me down. It has its wear and tear sort of issues like any guitar. The reason I play this guitar and not a solid body electric guitar like a Fender Strat or a Gibson is because this is a semi-acoustic guitar, so it's got holes in there, so it's actually a hollow guitar, which means even though it's not plugged in now, I can hear it and play, and it's quite a nice sound, you know. More than the greatest love the world has known. And that's really important to me, that I can walk around the house and still strum the guitar and sing. When I started playing guitar, one of the first guitars I got was a solid body guitar that my dad got me for Christmas. But I worked out quite quickly that for me, learning songs was really important. So I actually swapped it for an acoustic guitar in college to a fella who was happy to take my electric, and I took his acoustic, and then I was set. And when I was in Australia, I picked this thing up, this acoustic guitar from Takamine, and it was quite an expensive guitar, but this became my workhorse guitar live. This is what I used to play. There you go, baby, here my way. You left me here so I can see it and cry. And it's got the electrics on it, and it's got a built-in tuner, which is also handy. And also I put these, I'll turn it round like that, these particular tuning heads, where if you broke a string, you could flip this little thing up here, and you could during a gig or during a song, you could change a string quite quickly. This bit here, if you can see, it doesn't have the pegs that you put in. The strings just go in there, so it's a very quick guitar string change. And in Australia, the bars used to be quite hot and sweaty, and sweat sort of adds to the erosion of the strings, and they do break from time to time. So yeah, this guitar has been with me for absolutely ages. I'm just a part of my time, 'cause the company and the darling you see are both gonna be all mine. 'Cause I'm gonna be the man. Well, girl, I'm gonna stand. And as the bands I was playing with got a bit more popular, I was always tempted to get an electric guitar to help sort of the sound cut through a little bit more, but I was also quite nervous because I never considered myself a guitar player. I still don't really. I sort of strum guitar and I sing, and that's kind of what I do. But I was casually looking around, and I found this other guitar, which I found this a guitar, which is it's a Yamaha. I forget the model of it is, but it's quite an expensive guitar. But the reason I ended up getting this guitar is because it was a hybrid guitar, even though it's got the pickup on it, an acoustic pickup underneath this section here under the bridge. And when I plugged this in the shop and put it on the acoustic setting, it was so familiar to me. It sounded like an acoustic guitar, and I thought, that's perfect. And then when you flick the switch, you got this pickup, and it became an electric guitar. And I thought, that's the way I'm going to get in there. So I'm not feeling anxious that I've got a solid body electric guitar. And this guitar, again, it's a hollow body guitar. You see the F holes there. So it's you can play it around the house, and you get a really nice sound with this, you know, which again is really important to me. And so this became my workhorse for many years, and I recorded quite a few albums with this song, you know.
Dagger's gone mad. Find a club to call the Honeybee Dive. Beside a band is cooking, swinging and jive. I had to wait 'cause it opened at 5. Is it tonight? Is it tonight? Is it tonight? Yeah.
It was a few years later that I was, after being quite confident with this guitar, it was a few years later that I decided to then bite the bullet and actually get an electric guitar that had electric pickups on it, but still I needed to be able to strum it around the house. That's how I came to play this, which I bought in Nashville, and this thing has never let me down. It's been a great workhorse of a guitar. And some people think, oh, you've got too many guitars. I don't have that many guitars compared to a lot of guitar players, I don't think. But then again, you know, I think every guitarist thinks the same thing. They don't have a lot of guitars. I probably do, but they've all got their own little place. And I've got a nice acoustic guitar that I've had for many years that used to be my workhorse, but it's a little bit too fragile now to take out. So this is the guitar that I use live now with all my shows, and if anything happened to this guitar, I would just go and replace it tomorrow, because it just works. It just does what it's supposed to do. And yes, so all right, you take care. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.
I hear his name, my heart starts breaking.